Hey guys, Amy here. This isn't like an official recorded video in which I'm going to talk about a specific thought out kind of thing. I just wanted to come on and share something in the moment with you. So I'm sitting here, it's Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoons are often a time that I take for some admin stuff in terms of my work. And I recorded all the weekly tarot readings, and now I am writing a blog. And so, as I'm doing this, I am listening to the most recent podcast episode of my podcast that I host with Aaron. In case you're new to this or new to me, my podcast that I co-host is called Soul Rising, and I'm listening to episode 36, which was just released today. And it's called Do You Experience Clairaudience? And so I'm typing the blog, I'm going about my business listening to this. And the part that we just were talking about that I was listening to on the podcast was about this recent experience I had. So now it probably would have been 3 weeks ago. At the time, it was a week before we recorded this episode, which was about 2 weeks ago when we recorded it. See if I can speak today. And it was this experience that I had where I was at an appointment, and I was filling out like new patient exam stuff and insurance forms. And the person there said, "So what is it that you do for work?" And normally I don't have a problem sharing and saying, usually I say I'm an entrepreneur. Then if they prod a little bit more, I'll say I am a evidential medium and an intuitive mentor. And I normally have no problem with saying that because I've worked through a lot to be able to say that. And I am very proud of what I do, and I'm very honored to have this type of work and be able to do this for people. So there's not any like conscious shame around what I do. I'm very proud of it. And every time I put myself out there and I make a video, it's me kind of reclaiming my power as an intuitive person. However, when this person asked me this question on autopilot without even thinking, it wasn't like I thought about the response and then I said it. I just blurted out, "Currently unemployed." And then I was like, why? Like, why would I say that? I've been sitting with it for weeks. Like, why did I say that? Was I shaming myself? Why wouldn't I just tell the person? Like, why didn't I tell that person, but I tell another person? And so I won't like say everything that I talked about on the podcast because I want you to listen to it. But Aaron and I were kind of saying, like maybe it was an intuitive thing. Like maybe there's a sense of that this particular person would maybe not be open to the information, whereas when I feel like I just can come out and say it, that person or those people would be more open to it. So maybe it's not so much a shame thing. Maybe it is just an intuitive like protection thing, like that my guides would be like, "Hey Amy, let's save you you having to explain yourself with this person or having an uncomfortable conversation, and let's just say currently unemployed." It personally, like it really might have been something like that. So I'm listening to that, I'm thinking about that. And then I got this kind of intuitive nudge, right? It's interesting because the episode is about clairaudience. I am writing currently right now a blog post about clairaudience. And as I'm doing this, I hear clairaudiently, "Pull a card, Amy." So I go over to my deck here, which you can't see, it's off camera, my shelf with all my decks, and I feel drawn to this deck today, Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. I haven't pulled from this in a while, but it just felt like, okay. And two cards pop out for me. And I didn't even like read them yet, but I wanted to do this on air because I just think it's so funny. So this is how the universe speaks. This is how my guides speak to me. I clairaudiently heard in my own head voice, "Pull a card right now." Like as you're thinking about this, as you're contemplating what this all means, if it is an intuitive kind of message, what you're working through, being proud of being a medium, being out and about with it, all of these kind of things. And then I pull these cards. So the first card that comes up for me during this, which I'm going to share because I feel like it will be relevant for somebody else as well, is the storyteller. Okay, so it just makes me It just makes me laugh because I'm writing a blog and listening to my voice on a podcast. Do you know the story you tell others about who you are? You are a unique being with unique talents, and a story unique to you and your experience, in fact, your destiny, can be found in the way that you weave together these threads of yourself in the world. If there's anything in your life you want to change, then it's time to adjust the story you tell about yourself. Perhaps you are too self deprecating or apologetic about how you shine, minimizing your power so others will accept you. Perhaps the way you voice your expectations diminishes your ability to succeed, or you are too willing to tolerate a less than supportive environment. It's easy to be in denial when it comes to others and their behavior towards you. Understand, however, that you teach people how to treat you through how you talk about yourself. Once you recognize what story you're telling others about how to treat you, you can tell a different one. What if you connected to your true power as a co-creator of your reality? The story originates in your mind, how you think, your conditioning, and your past experiences, how you view the world, and what you expect to see in it. The truth is, you have everything you need to tell a new tale and weave more blessings into the world as your unique contribution. In fact, practice speaking of your amazing success, your overflowing abundance, and all the love that surrounds you. Soon the outer world will tell the same story back to you. I mean, come on, if that was not a message from my own guides about what I was just thinking and contemplating, and even what I'm doing right now. I don't know what it is. I wanted to share that with you. Happy Sunday. Have a good one.